Well, hello, kids. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So, this week's blog has to do with a trip that I just returned home from. The last few days, I've been in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the National Rifle Association's Carry Guard Convention. Now, the National Rifle Association developed a new insurance product called Carry Guard. It's primarily oriented towards CCW holders, and they were kicking it off with this big convention in Milwaukee. Now, the convention was kind of like a mini NRA convention, and they had a show floor. On the show floor, they had probably about 100 or so different vendors, many of which were gun manufacturers. And rather than writing the blog and talking about the insurance product per se, I instead chose to focus on a phenomenon that I saw on the show floor that really, frankly, troubles me. A number of these vendors, when they would see me holding a firearm, okay, my finger along the frame, doing a chamber check, making sure there wasn't anything in the chamber, always focusing on the direction of the muzzle, they would ask me, what department did I train with? What, was I a law enforcement officer? What kind of military background did I have? Essentially presupposing, because of the way that I was handling my firearm, I must have had some sort of military or law enforcement training in my background. Well, that in and of itself isn't particularly problematic. It's the flip side that becomes more problematic. It tells me that there were thousands of individuals who were handling these firearms in a way that these vendors were expecting them to, not paying attention to the direction of the muzzle, placing their finger on the trigger, not doing chamber checks, not being a master of skill at arms. Everybody there at this convention, probably was a CCW holder. Now, candidly, the majority of them were not located in California. Most of them were throughout the Midwest. But that speaks volumes to a mindset of training. It would be very, very difficult for me to hold a firearm and not incorporate the four safety rules, even in a sterile environment like a convention where I know that there is no way that gun's loaded. I'm still going to be adhering to the four safety rules. I'm still going to be manipulating that firearm in a manner that would show that I've got a tremendous amount of training underneath my belt, because it's become second nature to me. For me not to hold that firearm in that manner would require conscious thought. We need to train constantly, we need to train consistently, and we need to train with purpose. Quite candidly, if we don't, the ramifications are severe, not just for our own survival in a deadly force encounter, but also to the way the general public perceives us. You owe it to yourself for your own self-defense, survivability, but you also owe it to all the other gun owners, all the other CCW holders out there to constantly be training and developing this mastery at skill at arms. Anyways, I hope you read the blog. I think you'll find it kind of interesting. As always, if you have any questions and you'd like greater clarification on, feel free to email me at stephen@artemishq.com. And we look forward to training with you. Remember, guys, train constantly, train consistently, train with purpose, and stay vigilant out there. Thank you.